Hello and welcome to this screencast. My name is Oliver Wirkus. I'm a senior SharePoint consultant with Softlanding in Vancouver, Canada, and I'm also a Microsoft MVP. This video is a part of a series of videos that we at Softlanding created to assist our App Modernization initiative. The videos in this series are providing technical information for developers and IT admins that is directly related to our App Modernization workshops and talks. Before we start, please allow me to quickly introduce Softlanding. We are a Vancouver-based Microsoft systems integration partner founded in 2000. We have about 50 staff in our Vancouver office and are partnered with, amongst others, Saracen, Metalogix, Nintex, and specialize in Microsoft Enterprise Technology. Our area of expertise comprises of 4 pillars. Number 1 is the Microsoft Productivity Stack, including Office 365 and SharePoint. Pillar number 2 is all about Microsoft infrastructure, including Azure and on-premises infrastructure. Pillar 3 is focused on custom development, like app development, SharePoint and Azure development. And Pillar 4 is our security practice. If you would like to know more about what we are doing and how we might help you, please visit our website or contact us via info@softlanding.ca. In my recent videos, I showcased some of the Azure services that assist developers in building and maintaining applications using the Common Pass approach. But App Modernization is also about adding new, modern functionality to line of business applications that have been created years ago. Today, functionality is available through Azure that has not been available some years ago, and this modern functionality can easily increase the business value of existing line of business applications. In this video, I'm going to add a translation service to my existing demo application. This translation service is based on the cognitive services Microsoft Azure is offering. To be able to utilize Microsoft Azure as a platform to host your business applications, you first need to have a subscription. If you don't have a subscription yet, you can always get a trial subscription that is available for 1 month free of charge. Navigate to www.azure.microsoft.com and sign up for a free trial account. As I just mentioned, in this video I'm going to add a translation service to my existing demo application. In the subsequent videos, I will take this demo application and enhance its functionality and reliability. So let's switch over to my Azure dashboard. Here you can see the dashboard of my Azure subscription. The next is I would like to click on Resource Groups and on my App Modernization resource group to show you what I have already prepared for this video. Here you can see I already created a translation service. Before I continue, I would like to show you how you can create a translation service. So first you need to click on this plus sign here in the left navigation. Look for AI, which stands for Artificial Intelligence, and Cognitive Services. Click on this link and click on See All. And here you can see all the cool, new, modern functionality that Azure is offering in terms of artificial intelligence and cognitive services. So to scroll down, and here under Speech and Language you can find the translation or translator text API. And this is what I'm going to use in my demo. So in preparation, I just clicked on that. I clicked on Create. And the next step is you need to provide a name. You need to select a subscription. You need to select a pricing tier. And in my demo, I used this F0 pricing tier here. Next step is you need to select a resource group. in my demo, I used my existing resource group, which is my App Modernization demo resource group, and I marked this checkbox here. Then you need to click on Create. So I'm not going to do this now because I already created a service. So let's go back to my resource group. Okay. And here's my translation services. And this is the service I'm going to use in my demo. So let's switch over to my demo environment. Here you can see my virtual demo environment. This is Visual Studio 2015. And on the right side in the Solution Explorer, you can see that I already loaded my App Modernization demo application. So the first thing that we need to do here to be able to add the translation service to the existing demo application is I need to add a new class, and this class is used to manage the authentication. So to be able to use this translation service, my application needs to be able to authenticate against this service, and this is done a little bit differently compared to the services I used in my previous videos. I already added a class, an additional class to my solution. So let me scroll down here, and here you can see I already added the Azure auth token.cs class. So I didn't build this class on my own. In fact, I copied it from an example, and I can show you where you can find this class. So let's switch back to my Azure subscription here. Again, this is my translation service, and if I click on Overview, I can scroll down in the right pane here, and at the bottom you can see here are some samples. So let's click on Sample. This will bring us to GitHub, and here you can find some samples that Microsoft has published. And I had a look at this one here. No, that's wrong. This one, the C# Windows Presentation Foundation example. So click on this. And here you can see the source code of that example. So GitHub is trying to load all the files. Here we go. And next, just click on this folder here. And in this folder, you can find the Azure auth token.cs file here, and that's the file I copied to my existing demo application, and this file is handling the authentication of my application against that service. Okay, so let's switch back to my demo application. Here you can see the source code of the Azure auth token.cs class. So let me close this now. Okay, so the first step is we need to add a new action result to our home controller. So here's the source code of my home controller. I'm scrolling down to the end of that file. Here we go. And here I'm going to add a new action result. So this will be a new method which is returning an action result, and I'm naming it translator. So in this method here I will handle the authentication. So first I need to create a new variable called token provider. This equals new Azure auth token. So this is the class I copied from the example, and the only parameter here I need is the key. So where do you get the key from? Okay, I can show you. So let's switch back to my Azure subscription here. If you scroll down here in the translation service, you'll find keys under resource management. So click on keys, and I'm copying the first key here. I'm switching back to my dev environment, and I'm pasting in this key. So now I have a token provider. Next is I need a so-called access token, and I get that access token from the token provider. Token provider dot get access token. That's all we need to do here. So now we have that access token, and we can use that access token to be able to use the Azure translation service. In my example, I'm passing that access token to a view via the view data array, which is not the recommended approach, I know, but in this demo environment here, I think it's the best and easiest way to do that. So I will create a new member here called auth token, and I'm assigning it the access token. So last step, I need to return the view. So that's all we need to do here. So let's save this file, scroll up to App Modernization demo, and the next thing is I need to create a view which corresponds to my new action result here. To do this, I'm clicking on View Home, right click, Add View. So this view will have the name translator. I'm going with the empty template here, and I would like to use the out-of-the-box _layout.cs HTML files like I did in my previous videos. Now let's click on Add, and Visual Studio is creating the new view. Okay, here we go. So now let's save this view, right click, and build the application to see if everything's working as expected. Build succeeded. Alright. So first step here is I would like to have my access token. So this is why I create a new variable, access token, and this variable is getting the access token from the view data array, and the member of that array is auth token. Here we go. Okay. Oops. That's not expected here. Auth token, semicolon. Okay. So the next step is I need to add a few lines of code to be able to get a text that needs to be translated and to send that text to the translation service and to return and to show the returned translation. To save us some time, I have created a code snippet I would like to use here. So let's go here and copy this part. Switch back to my demo environment here and paste it in here. So what is this code snippet doing? So let's have a look. First, I'm loading jQuery. Next is I have created a very basic form, and I added a text input here. This is this line, and this text input will be used to allow a user to enter the text that should be translated. Then here there's an additional label, and this label will show the translated text. And I also created a button here. It's a very basic button, and if you click on that button, there's a function called translate, and this function is called every time or each time the button is clicked. So let's have a look at this translation function here. So here's my function translate. I would like to do a translation from English to German. The text that should be translated is read from my text input here, and the access token is my access token I passed through my view data array. So, and this is the code that I need to call to get that text translated. In a nutshell, this code here is calling http api.microsofttranslator.com, and it's passing the token, the language of the text that should be translated, the target language, the text that needs to be translated, and here's a callback on complete. So when this service is returning, an additional function called myCallback is called, and the result of the translation is passed to this function. And I have created this function here. So function myCallback. This function gets the response from the API call, and it does nothing else but taking that response and adding that response to the label with the ID translation, so that we will be able to see the result of the translation. So this is all what this translation function is doing. So let's save this and check if everything builds as expected. Okay, build succeeded, everything's fine here. Good. So there's just one step I need to take. I need to scroll down to _layout.cshtml, because I would like to have my new translator form showing up in the main navigation. And I did it the same way as I did in my previous videos. I'm copying a line here, I'm pasting that line. So this link will have the displayed name translator, and it's calling the translator action result in the home controller. Okay, let's save this. Okay, this is all we need to do. Let's build the solution. Build succeeded, everything's fine, and let's publish that solution. Okay, I click on publish, and as I did in my previous videos, I'm using my pre-configured publishing profile, and I don't need to change anything here, so I can just click on publish, and Visual Studio is publishing my updated web application to Azure. And as soon as that's done, Internet Explorer should show up, and we should be able to see the updated web application. Okay, the publishing process started. Here is Internet Explorer. It's trying to load the updated web application. So let's wait for a couple more seconds until Internet Explorer was able to load our application. And here we go. And you can see here in the main navigation there is our new translator link. So let's click on this link. This should bring us to our translator view, the view with the text box and the button. Internet Explorer is still trying to load that view. Here we go. So this is our translator view. And let's enter in a native text in English, like where did I park my car yesterday? And if I click on translate, this question is sent to the Azure Translation Service, and we should see the result here in this area as soon as the translation service is coming back with the response. Okay, let's click on the button, and that was very fast. So here is the German translation, which means that the question where did I park my car yesterday translates to German to wo habe ich gestern mein Auto geparkt. So as you can see, it's quite easy to add modern functionality to an existing line of business application. In this example, I was using the Microsoft Azure Translation Service to add a translation to my existing line of business demo application. So let's switch back. As you've seen, there are just a few steps needed to add new and modern functionality to an existing line of business application to increase the business value of that application. In the following videos, I will add additional functionality to this web application as well as enhance its reliability. Thank you very much for watching this video and stay tuned.